Teachers College. Columbia University is the graduate school of education for Columbia University, located in New York City, New York, United States. It was founded in 1887 and has been affiliated with Columbia University and the faculty of the university since 1898. History. Teachers College was founded in 1880 by the philanthropist Grace Hoadley Dodge and philosopher Nicholas Murray Butler to provide schooling for the teachers of the poor children of New York City. The curriculum combined a humanitarian concern to help others with a scientific approach to human development, beginning as a school to prepare home economists and manual art teachers for the children of the poor. The college affiliated with Columbia University in 1898 as the university's graduate school of education. Unlike normal schools, after 1893 Teachers College required all students to have a high school diploma. Its professional teacher education was considered the equivalent of the junior and senior years of college. Many early students who lacked preparation for the advanced coursework first took introductory liberal arts classes, often at Barnard College. The founders early recognized that professional teachers need reliable knowledge about the conditions under which children learn most effectively. As a result, the college's program from the start included such fundamental subjects as educational psychology and educational sociology. The founders also insisted that education must be combined with clear ideas about ethics and the nature of a good society. Consequently, programs were developed in the history of education and in comparative education. As the number of schoolchildren increased during the 20th century, the problems of managing the schools became ever more complex. The college took on the challenge and instituted programs of study in areas of administration, economics, and politics. Other programs developed in such emerging fields as clinical and counseling psychology, organizational psychology, developmental psychology, cognitive psychology, curriculum development, instructional technology, media studies and school healthcare. The area of developmental psychology has specially received numerous accolades. Teachers College was also associated with philosopher John Dewey, who taught at the facility. Teachers College was home to the experimental New College for the Education of Teachers, a progressive undergraduate college that existed from 1932 to 1939. The college used the same facilities as Teachers College at the Morningside Heights campus. Additionally, the college had learning communities established in North Carolina, Georgia, and abroad in foreign study groups. Using innovative ideas such as extended foreign study, community-based active research, and authentic assessment, a portfolio-based undergraduate learning curriculum was developed which rejected traditional summative grades or the accumulation of credits as the basis of degree completion. This was truly a learn-by-doing experience. The college was closed due to a combination of growing financial deficits and student activism in 1939. The college was founded by Dr. Richard Thomas Alexander. Teachers College has played a role in curriculum reform efforts, such as during the New Math movement of the 1960s with its secondary school mathematics curriculum improvement study program. Role. According to its president, Teachers College, Columbia University provides solutions to the difficult problems of urban education, reaffirming its original mission in providing a new kind of education for those left most in need by society or circumstance. The college continues its collaborative research with urban and suburban school systems that strengthen teaching in such fundamental areas as reading, writing, science, mathematics, and the arts, prepares leaders to develop and administer psychological and healthcare programs in schools, hospitals and community agencies, and advances technology for the classroom, developing new teaching software and keeping teachers abreast of new developments. It also houses the programs in anthropology, It was foundational in the development of the field of anthropology and education. By the 1930s, Teachers College had begun to offer courses in anthropology as part of the foundations of education. By 1948, Margaret Mead started what would be a long association with Teachers College, where she taught until the early 1970s. In 1953, Solon Kimball joined the faculty. In 1954, 9 professors came together to discuss the topic. In the 1960s, these people formed the Council on Anthropology and Education within the American Anthropological Association, and it is still considered as the leading organization in the field. Teachers College also operates the Community English Program, a year-round English language school open to all English language learners in the New York City area. Classes are taught by Teachers College students who are pursuing graduate degrees in the field of ESL instruction. While the name Teachers College reflects a dedication to producing quality teachers, less than 1/3 of Teachers College students are at any one time preparing to become teachers. With more than 60 programs of study, graduates go on to pursue careers in psychology, social and behavioral sciences, health and health promotion, educational policy, technology, international and comparative education, as well as education and educational leadership. Students are candidates for Masters of Arts, Master of Education, Master of Science, Doctor of Education, and Doctor of Philosophy degrees. The student experience at Teachers College is governed by a Student Senate, headed by the Senate President, followed by the Vice President, Parliamentarian, Communications Officer, and Treasurer. 2 senators, a master's candidate, and a PhD candidate, are elected each year to represent each academic department at Teachers College to advocate on behalf of current students and alumni. The TC Senate meets bi-weekly to determine what issues need to be investigated. Academic departments: Arts and Humanities, Biobehavioral Sciences, Counseling and Clinical Psychology, Curriculum and Teaching, Education Policy and Social Analysis, Health and Behavioral Studies, Human Development, International and Transcultural Studies, Mathematics, Science and Technology, Organization and Leadership, Relationship with Columbia University. Teachers College holds its own corporate status separate from Columbia University, including an independent board of trustees, budget, endowment, and multiple admissions standards. However, as noted in Columbia University's Faculty Handbook, the Faculty of Teachers College serves as the university's Department of Education. Teachers College faculty hold Columbia University appointments. Its president is a dean of the university, and all students receive their degrees from Columbia University. As with the other faculties of the university, Teachers College PhD degrees are specifically conferred by Columbia University's Graduate School of Arts and Sciences. Rankings. In 2015, Teachers College was ranked number 7 among all graduate schools of education by U.S. News & World Report. Student, faculty, and guest housing. The university has 3 residence halls for single students. They are 517 West 121st, Grant Hall, and Whittier Hall. The university has 3 residence halls for family housing. They are Bancroft Hall, Grant Hall, and Sarasota Hall. 1-bedroom apartments are available for childless students and students who each have 1 child. 2- and 3-bedroom apartments are available for students who each have more than 1 child. Lowell Hall and Sethlow Hall have faculty housing units. Publications. Teachers College record has been published by the school continuously since 1900. In 1997, a group of doctoral students from Teachers College established the journal Current Issues in Comparative Education, a leading open-access online academic journal. Teachers College also publishes the Heshinger Report. Presidents. Faculty. Current faculty: Charles Bash, Health Education; George Bonanno, Professor of Clinical Psychology; Lambros Komitas, Applied Anthropology. Christopher M. Din, Science Education. Neil R. Grabois, Mathematics Education. Henry Landau, Mathematics Education. Henry O. Pollock, Mathematics Education. Derald Wing-Soo, Professor of Counseling Psychology. Barbara Tversky, Professor of Psychology and Education. Ruth Westheimer, Adjunct Professor. Past faculty Richard Thomas Alexander, founder of New College for the Education of Teachers. Elizabeth Burchinal, authority on American folk dance especially for women and children. John Dewey, philosopher. Arthur Wesley Dow, arts education. David F. Duncan, health education. Hamden L. Faulkner, founder of Future Business Leaders of America. Elbert K. Fretwell, second Chief Scout Executive. Maxine Green, philosopher of education. Linda Darling Hammond, founder of the National Center for Restructuring Education. William Hurd Kilpatrick, philosopher of education. Solon Kimball, anthropologist. Charles J. Martin, arts instructor. Margaret Mead, anthropologist. Jack Mezirow, sociologist, former professor of adult and continuing education. Nell Noddings, philosopher of education. Mary Adelaide Nutting, nursing. Donna Shalala, former United States Secretary of Health and Human Services. Douglas Sloan, professor of history of education, educational theorist and author. Edward Thorndike, psychologist. Robert L. Thorndike, psychologist. Alumni. Charles Alston, artist. Hafizullah Amin, President of Afghanistan. Nahaz Gideon Angula, Prime Minister of Namibia. Mary Anton, author of The Immigrant Experience. Michael Apple, Professor of Educational Policy Studies, University of Wisconsin. William Ayres, Elementary Education Theorist, founder of Weather Underground, and Professor at University of Illinois, Chicago. Abby Barry Bergman, Science Educator, Author, School Administrator. John Seiler Brubaker, Educational Philosopher, Professor at Yale. Donald Byrd, jazz and fusion trumpet player, music educator. Betty Castor, politician and president of the University of South Florida. Chiang Menglin, president, Peking University, Minister of Education, Republic of China. Shirley Chisholm, first African-American woman elected to Congress, and former U.S. presidential candidate. Norman Cousins, editor, peace activist. Ella Cara Deloria, Jiang Tinsu, ethnologist. Edward C. Elliott, educational researcher and president of Purdue University. Albert Ellis, cognitive behavioral therapist. Edward Fitzpatrick, president of Mount Mary College and noted expert on conscription during World War I and World War II. Clarence Gaines, Hall of Fame basketball coach, Winston-Salem State University. Gordon Gee, president of Ohio State University. Tsuruko Haraguchi, psychologist. Andy Holt, president of University of Tennessee. Seymour Itzkoff, professor emeritus of education and child study, Smith College. George Ivany, president of the University of Saskatchewan. Thomas Kean, former governor of New Jersey. Maud Kearns, pioneering abstract artist and teacher. H.S.S. Lawrence, Indian educationist. Li Wan, former Minister of Education and Premier of the Republic of China. Mo Zhe-lin, Taiwanese academic and educator, first Taiwanese to receive a Ph.D. degree. John C. McAdams, Associate Professor of Political Science at Marquette University. Rollo May, existential psychologist. Chester L. Merrow, educator, U.S. Representative from New Hampshire. Richard P. Mills, former Commissioner of Education for both Vermont and New York states. Georgia O'Keeffe, American artist. Thomas S. Popkwitz, Professor of Curriculum Theory at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Neil Postman, cultural critic. Caroline Pratt, progressive educator, founder of City and Country School. Thomas Granville Pullen Jr., President, University of Baltimore, Maryland State Superintendent of Education. Robert Bruce Raup, Professor Emeritus, Philosophy of Education, and critic of the American education system. Henrietta Rodman, teacher, feminist activist. Carl Rogers, psychologist. Martha E. Rogers, nursing theorist, creator of Science of Unitary Human Beings. Miriam Roth, Israeli writer and scholar of children's books, kindergarten teacher, and educator. Adolph Rupp, Hall of Fame basketball coach, University of Kentucky. William Schumann, composer, former president of the Juilliard School of Music and of Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts. James Monroe Smith, president of Louisiana State University, 1930 to 1939. Carl Struss, photographer and cinematographer, pioneer in 3D films. Bobby Susser, children's songwriter, a record producer, performer. Tao Xingji, Chinese educator and political activist. Edward Thorndike, psychologist. Robert L. Thorndike, psychologist. Merrill Tisch, educator, chancellor, New York State Board of Regents. Minnie Vautrin, educator and missionary. Ruth Westheimer, sex therapist. Floyd Wilcox, third president of Shimer College. John Davis Williams, chancellor of the University of Mississippi. Zhang Bowling, founder and president, National Nankai University, Tianjin, China.